fucking god!
Oh my god.
I can't.
I can't.
You're stupid, Capcom. I'm gonna kick you in the face.
That was so terrible.
What's wrong with your fucking face?
We took turns. We both tried it. Oh my. Once I watched you get the block part down, I was fine.
Like,
I was fine.
Pew, pew.
Yeah, it was those stupid helicopter platforms. Like, I had the pattern down because we were watching it so much. And I was like, oh, I see what I'm gonna do. And I fucking blew through the blocks. And then those things, it's just like... And I was still standing on that last one when I fell. I was still standing on the edge of it. I was standing on the edge of it. And for some reason, when I got hit, I got shoved through it. And fell.
Yeah,
Like, what the
I love
fuck?
how it hit you onto the next platform.
Oh, a couple of times.
That was awesome.
I didn't even plan that. Like, it looked so... I realized how planned it looked.
Oh, that was awesome.
And I was like, it looks like I'm doing this on purpose, but I'm fucking lucky.
Yeah.
I'm lucky as hell right now. Oh my god, though. Like, that level. I forgot about every single bit of that.
Kino?
Like, I forgot about all of that.
Kinopio. I think
Mick Finn?
I am gonna go refill because if I die again on this stage,
You're gonna rage quit?
I'm gonna
It's gonna be
fucking nail pillows on all of your walls.
It's gonna be Matsu and Mappyland all over again. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be Matsu and Mappyland all over again.
Oh, my
It's gonna
God,
It's gonna be me with Bart's Nightmare all over again.
Oh no!
It's gonna be ridiculous.
Oh,
I cannot believe.
Oh, the spray painting and the oh yeah! Don't even get me started on that.
Bart's Nightmare?
Yeah. Oh no, that's Bart.
No, that's
versus the Space
That's
Mutants.
Bart versus the Space Mutants.
Yeah.
Bart's Nightmare is the one where you have to fucking collect the homework pages and bullshit.
Yes, and then they have Bart versus the world, right?
Yeah, they have Bart versus the world, and
Okay. Whatever.
the only good video game that I can recall in that era about The Simpsons was the arcade game.
Oh, dude. That was the shit.
Yeah, remember the old arcade box?
With their fucking vacuum cleaner.
Or when you're like Homer and you're like fuck just flailing your arms.
Wasn't he have a bowling ball?
Yeah, there was one where he had a bowling ball, and when you were Bart,
vacuum cleaner, dude. She was fucking
and you were Bart with the skateboard, Lisa with the jump rope.
Yep.
Like that was always the funnest thing when I was a kid. Getting
it was like the Turtles arcade game and
that was the shit.
And
the Turtles arcade game and the X-Men arcade game.
Yes.
The 6-player,
yes.
the extra large arcade
yes.
box.
Oh my god.
Where you could have 6-player X-Men was the shit.
Oh my god.
Because the Ninja Turtles and the Simpsons were 4 players always because it was only 4 characters.
Yep.
But the X-Men one, dude,
and
they had the
50
extra.
Cents. Oh no, they didn't. It was 50 cents.
It was 50 cents.
Oh,
No, those were a quarter.
The 6-man was 50.
The 6-man was 50 cents. Obviously, the 6-man was 50 because the 6-man was amazing.
Yeah, and it was also hard as fuck.
And then like you had the really fucked up part about the X-Men arcade game was the fact that you had okay, these are the characters that you had. You had Wolverine, Cyclops, Nightcrawler, Colossus, who the fuck else?
Dazzler.
Dazzler's the one that I make fun of.
You know what though? I liked her because she like threw that shit and it just like blew up whoever was around me. I was like, yes.
God, it was like fucking. It was Wolverine, Cyclops, Colossus, Nightcrawler. Oh, was Gambit?
It was Dazzler. No, not Gambit.
Not Gambit.
Dazzler.
Storm?
Nightcrawler, Wolverine, Cyclops, Colossus.
Was Storm one of them?
I don't know because that was like the original.
Or was it
right?
Beast?
No, it wasn't Beast.
It wasn't Beast. Beast was on the Sega Genesis game.
Yeah, Beast was. Yeah.
Beast was on the Sega Genesis game. Who was the sixth character in the X-Men arcade game?
Was
It must be somebody I never used. I always played as Wolverine or Nightcrawler because Nightcrawler is my favorite. Nightcrawler and Gambit are my two favorite all-time X-Men. It's always for me been Nightcrawler and X-Men, Nightcrawler and Gambit. And I was so happy. One of the okay, and I'm pissed off and happy with the movie franchise for both reasons. Because in the second X-Men movie, I did like what they did with Nightcrawler. Like, they made Nightcrawler pretty fucking badass.
They did. And they gave him the
proper characterization.
Yeah,
they gave him the proper, like, he was Nightcrawler.
He was from
Munich. In the Munich circus.
Yes.
Kurt Wagner.
Yes.
And they did him right. Like, one of the few things, I was okay with the X-Men movie franchise until the third one. The third one was where it kind of fell apart for me, because they rushed everything. They were trying to make it a trilogy and rushed too many things.
Yeah.
The second one was okay. A lot of people just say the first one was the only good one, but the second one was good.
Well,
the second one was good. They did the second one. It was the third one and then Origins. And Origins pisses me off because they fucked up Gambit. And that was where I was like... And I know, like, Origins fucked up everything.
There was no...
Origins fucked up everything. Okay, Origins did fuck up everything. But the thing that personally pissed me off the most was how much they fucked up Gambit. Even if they did Gambit correctly, Origins would have still been a terrible, terrible fucking travesty of a train wreck of a movie.
Yeah, basically.
But they couldn't even do Gambit right, and it's like, really? And then Channing Tatum is supposed to play Gambit in the Gambit movie? I don't mind... Okay, you're giving me that look.
No, I don't mind Channing Tatum.
I don't mind Channing Tatum, but riddle me this, Batman. Can you imagine Channing Tatum talking with a Creole accent? Channing Tatum's built correctly, because Gambit was a tall... Slender. Channing Tatum's not stacked, though. Channing Tatum is muscular, but Channing Tatum's not huge. It's not like, they had to have Hugh Jackman, and Hugh Jackman was too small to play Wolverine to begin with.
Yeah,
not height-wise, but width-wise. Not height-wise. Well, Hugh Jackman, nobody else at this point. Well, Hugh Jackman is Wolverine.
That was a good play.
It was a good play. It was a good play.
Yes.
But look at how much Hugh Jackman stacked between X1 and X2.
Oh, yeah.
Because X1, he wasn't... I mean, he's always been too tall for the role, because Wolverine's supposed to be short as hell. Wolverine is supposed to be like 5'2".
Yeah, he's like 5'2", 5'3".
And he was always too tall for it, and fucking... But he was too scrawny for it in the first X-Men movie.
Yep.
So he got fucking huge, and I'm gonna talk to you while you're pissing. Okay. I totally forgot that we're still recording. Oh, shit. We've been having this conversation for almost 9 minutes. This is just gonna be an extra fucking commentary video. This is gonna be Mega Man episode 3.5. That's all I can... Fuck Iceman, though. Who was the sixth? I'm gonna fucking Google it. I can't stand it. X-Men Arcade. X-Men 1992 is an arcade game produced by Konami in 1992. Is this the right one? Yeah. 6-player. Who was in it?
Damn it.
It was Storm.
It was Storm?
Cyclops, Colossus, Wolverine, Storm, Nightcrawler, and Dazzler. Storm was the sixth one.
Okay.
It was driving me nuts while you were pissing. I can...
Well, the sad part is Dazzler was only in one game. One whole X-Men game, and she had the exact same power as Jubilee.
Well, no, Jubilee was the animated series version of Dazzler.
Yeah, but
that's all
like,
Jubilee was.
Why didn't they continue her in any aspect? Like, none of the new ones? None of the
Dazzler
old
was in the
ones?
original comics. I mean, she was a
but
comic...
I mean, it's not like she was just there to do
Because,
nothing.
whoa, I can shoot fireworks from my fingers. That's why Jubilee was fucking useless.
but she
I
actually-
hated Jubilee.
Dazzler
I like your little
actually-
raincoat, bitch.
Dazzler could actually throw down energy and put it around her as a shield.
And that's the
or she
saddest
could
part,
throw it.
is Dazzler was useless and Jubilee was a poor man's Dazzler. Jubilee kissed the whitest part of my ass.
Yeah, Jubilee.
I don't know if you
She always
heard
had
me...
to get- She always had to get saved.
Oh yeah,
She always
Jubilee
gets
was...
saved because
Jubilee...
my fireworks didn't do anything. Oh no.
And that's also what pisses me off about
Rogue.
Jubilee is because...
Rogue, come save me with your superhuman strength.
And that's also what pisses me off about Jubilee is that you're looking at a franchise... I yelled this to you while we were in the bathroom. We've been recording audio this entire time. I'm going to probably put this up just as an audio video. Mega Man episode 3.5.
Random fucking...
Of us random. I fucking forgot after a while that we were still recording. I totally forgot. I looked at the thing and was like, oh, the counter's still going up. But no, that's what pisses me off about Jubilee, is that you're looking at a franchise that has so many, and I'm gonna get a little bit feminist here. You're looking at a franchise that has so many strong female characters. And
Really? Oh, yeah, I think because
XMen.
they overdid it. They were like,
well, no,
oh...
and Jubilee, they've got fucking Storm and Jean Grey
Rogue
and Rogue
Jean Grey and
fucking
Mystique.
Mystique.
Yeah.
And Mystique is the baddest bitch of them all.
Oh, she is,
Like,
because she
Mystique
goes
is
back
like-
and forth. She's good, she's bad, she's good, she's bad. Fucking
Mystique is also one of my favorite X-Men characters.
White Queen.
Overall, and White Queen, Emma Frost,
Emma Frost, there we go.
Kitty Pryde,
Yes.
Shadowcat.
Yeah,
Fucking, you've got...
She was like Wolverine, but she had the things coming out of her feet, right?
No. Shadowcat?
Oh no,
Shadowcat's the one...
No,
Kitty
that's
Pryde, the one that can walk through walls.
Wolverine's, whatever it was
Wolverine's...
X
no, Lady
90
Deathstrike.
No, there's...
Lady Deathstrike.
No. In the animated series, there was a girl that wasn't Wolverine's daughter, but was fused with the adamantium. Not Lady Deathstrike. She was a young girl, and they fused her with
Because I was
adamantium.
going to say, Lady Deathstrike was the female version of Wolverine.
Yeah, well, she was ugly. I used to fucking have comic
Not
cards.
in the movie.
I used to have
Not
comic
in
cards.
X-Men 2, she was not ugly.
Remember
in X-Men
Mondo?
2.
Remember Mondo?
Yeah.
I fucking had the cards. I went to Walmart at 1 o'clock in the morning with my stepmom and my sister to get fucking X-Men cards. I had Toad, Mondo, Cyclops, Wolverine, and Lady Deathstrike. And Quicksilver, I think it was. Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch, yeah. Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, the twins.
The twins of Magneto.
The twins of Magneto, yeah.
Yes, okay.
Which Which, I'll forgive them in Days of Future Past because Days of Future Past was such an awesome movie. Like, Days of Future Past brought me back to the movie franchise. Well, okay. I will admit this. The Wolverine, the movie The Wolverine, not X-Men Origins Wolverine, but the movie The Wolverine.
Right.
Kind of brought me back around because it wasn't the best movie, but to me made up a lot for what Origins failed as being a Wolverine movie.
Right.
Because Origins failed at being a Wolverine movie on so many levels that the Wolverine, for all of its random little fuck-ups, still kind of...
continues.
I was like, you know what? This is much better.
Betterer.
I am okay with this now. And they needed to do it to lead into Days of Future Past. And Days of Future Past was an amazing movie. And a lot of people complain about what they did with Quicksilver in Days of Future Past. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
I loved Quicksilver. As odd as this is to say for an X-Men movie, Quicksilver was the comic relief.
Yeah.
Especially that scene in the kitchen. I was dying. I was in the theater dying when he's fucking running around in the fucking kitchen scene and everything's slowed down, so you're at him at normal perspective. And he fucking dips his finger in the soup and tastes it. I was done. I was like, okay, this movie... Okay, I'm back. I'm back on board, Fox. Good job, Fox. You brought me back.
You know who I loved? Cyclops' brother. Rings.
Havoc.
There we go. No. The rings. Like, he would generate rings.
Havoc.
That's Havoc?
Yeah.
Okay, like he would generate the same...
Well, no. He's not Cyclops' brother in the movies. In the comics, he's Cyclops' brother. In the comic continuity, Havoc is Cyclops' brother. In the movies, if you look at the timeline, Havoc is Cyclops' father in the movies.
Oh,
they don't explicitly say it.
How?
They don't explicitly say it.
But
Havoc in the movies, because it's the timeline. It's the way the timeline is. Because it would make no sense in the movies with as far back as First Class is. Because First Class is where Havoc was. It would make no sense for Havoc to be Cyclops' brother. Cyclops would have been a bitty baddest. If born at all. Based on that
Havoc
timeline.
Was the shit after he finally got his full power.
In the movies, Havoc would have been Cyclops' father. While in the comics, Havoc was Cyclops' brother that was estranged. He was lost. Cyclops thought he was dead. Blah, 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 blah. But no, they changed it in the movies. Well, that's just like in the movies they changed Wolverine and Sabretooth. Wolverine and Sabretooth aren't brothers in the original comic continuity.
Right, yeah.
Wolverine and Sabretooth are not biological related at all.
No, they're both...
But they changed that in the movies. That's where Origins fucked up. And that's also the thing that pisses me off, where Origins fucked up. Was because they didn't even retcon anything. They fucking...
It felt like a war movie. It felt like a war movie to me.
In the first XMen movie, okay, Wolverine's memory is gone. Wolverine doesn't remember shit.
Right.
I accept this.
Right.
Sabretooth is not. Sabretooth is there.
Right, yeah.
He would have recognized Logan. If this is the same character, and it's established that it is.
Yeah.
This is Sabretooth.
Right.
So then you come around with Origins and say that Victor Creed is James Howlett's biological brother, which doesn't work. Because then he would have recognized him by the first movie. Because chronologically, the first movie takes place later. Sabretooth would have been like, holy fuck, that's Jimmy. He didn't do that.
No. Because Sabretooth switched sides multiple times. He was like Mystique. Mystique. They both did. They switched sides pretty much whenever they felt like they needed to. Because Sabretooth was in X-Force.
He was in X-Force.
X-Force. Like Cable and
Bishop. The other thing with Sabretooth, and this is the part that pisses me off, that they did right with Origins. The relationship, not the biological relationship.
But the relationship between the two?
The kinetic relationship between Wolverine and Sabretooth is they are nemesis. And the one line in Origins, if you take out the original trilogy, out of contention, the one line in Origins that works is when Sabretooth says to Wolverine, nobody kills you but me.
Yes.
That is very true to their relationship.
Yes. And
that the two of them they respect each other, but they want to kill each other.
Right.
But they respect each other.
Yeah, and they always have respectful battles.
Which would work.
Would
work if the first movie hadn't already happened. In the first movie, they didn't establish that relationship at all.
And
they didn't establish the pre-existing relationship between Wolverine and Sabretooth that was supposed to be there.
That Sabretooth was just filler. Like, that Sabretooth in the first movie was...
Sabretooth is supposed to be way more important than he was in the first movie.
Yeah, like...
Sabretooth is an important character in the Marvel Universe.
He was a horrible actor. I didn't like that actor for him.
It was Edge.
That meant... Oh, that's right. Okay, so as much as Origins followed a different path, I think that what's his name that did Sabretooth?
Edge.
No, the second Sabretooth.
In Origins,
Yes.
Liev Schreiber.
I thought he was an amazing Sabretooth.
Liev Schreiber is an amazing actor.
Yeah, but because he didn't have to go over the top with the hair, the big old hair, and the big old claws.
That was the way let's be real. That is the way Sabretooth looked.
Yeah, but even in the video games.
Okay,
the video games, like he still had short hair. You know, he had the claws.
But he was still supposed to be scraggly.
Yeah, but not as much.
I will give you so Sabretooth in the first movie had more of the right look, but Liev Schreiber played the character way better. Because in the first movie, they kind of made Sabretooth kind of just a simpleton, and he's not. Sabretooth is not a simpleton.
No.
They made him like just kind of this animal that's blah, blah, blah,
no, he's
blah,
a big
meathead.
part. He's a big part.
And yeah, he's a big muscular hulking character, but he's not an idiot.
No,
he's not stupid.
When you think of Wolverine, you always know that Sabretooth is his counter, his not evil, but his
opposite.
His opposite.
The yang to his yin.
Yeah, but they both weren't good or bad.
Right.
Both of them wanted to see who was stronger.
The other thing that pissed me off in the very first X-Men movie was that Sabretooth was Magneto's bitch.
Yeah, that was
in the first movie. Sabretooth, they wrote Sabretooth as Magneto's bitch. And Sabretooth is nobody's bitch.
Yeah, well, they made a lot of bitches.
Victor Creed is nobody's bitch.
No, they made... How many did they make bitches of Magneto in all three movies? They made so many different people Magneto's bitch that weren't maybe...
Maybe Toad is kind of a bitch.
Toad is a bitch.
Toad is kind of a bitch.
Mystique took orders, quote unquote, from Magneto, but she still did her shit.
I will say though that they did kind of flesh that out with First Class. They did kind of flesh out why Raven was following Eric. They kind of did flesh that out.
You know what fucked me up totally? Was when Rogue didn't get her powers.
When Rogue was a goddamn teenager?
When Rogue, that too. When Rogue didn't get her powers from Miss Marvel.
And Rogue didn't have all of her powers?
Yeah. Rogue got all of her powers. Super strength,
Flight,
absorb. Like, she got that from Miss Marvel, and it almost killed Miss Marvel.
Yeah,
because she took her powers.
Yeah, and the only ability in the movies that Rogue has is the absorption.
Yep.
Rogue
used to absorb Gambit all the time.
Flight and super strength.
Yeah, she used to absorb Gambit all the time, and because they were in love. Or
supposedly, but that doesn't make sense because if you look at the timeline, by the time Rogue joins the X-Men, she's a teenager, and Gambit would be 50.
Yeah. The comics and the cards for me were the bread and butter for me. Like, I take the movie, I separate the movie from the comics, like, honestly, because we can bitch about it as much as we want, but I separate the movies from the comics. The movies are its own universe, just like the MCU. Just like the Avengers movies are their own universe. It's separate from the comics, and there's going to be continuity differences, just like in the upcoming Age of Ultron. That's gonna be good.
Tony Stark creates Ultron.
That's gonna be good.
Inadvertently.
But the thing is, that's where.
But they're laying groundwork. They're laying groundwork in the Ant-Man movie where it might actually work come Age of Ultron.
Okay, well, Silver Surfer needs to be a part of that because Silver Surfer was a big part of that whole thing. You can't just take that character and pull him out, no matter if it's a movie or comic.
Owned by a different company, movie rights. Can't do it.
You can't
do it. I know the Fantastic Four should be involved in the Avengers. I know that. The Fantastic Four need to be involved. So the X-Men.
Yeah.
Wolverine was a fucking Avenger.
Yeah, the Fantastic Four and Silver Surfer. Like they all of that.
Well, that's the thing between Marvel Studios, Fox, and Sony. Because Wolverine was an Avenger, Spider-Man was a fucking Avenger.
Yeah. Yep. And Hulk.
Fucking
is an
Spider-Man.
Avenger.
Spider-Man did shit with the X-Men all the time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, Spider-Man was on the X-Men's radar.
Starfire, and Iceman, and Human Torch, I believe, actually went out on his own.
Well, in the comic universe,
for a while.
they all crossed over.
Yeah, they even made a DC Marvel crossover. You remember that?
Well,
With
I mean,
Iron Man.
even DC Marvel, but I mean, within the Marvel universe, in the comics, they all crossed over. You'd have fucking the Fantastic Four in the X-Men, and you'd have the X-Men in the Avengers, and you'd have Spider-Man in all of them.
Yeah.
And they would cross over. That's the problem with the different studios owning the different movie rights, is that you can't have that. And it's supposed to be, they are all in the same universe. They're all supposed to interact. They're supposed to be in this one universe. They're supposed to be the Avengers at the same time.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be here.
They're supposed to be the Avengers, and they're supposed to be mutants. They're supposed to be radioactive spiders. They're supposed to be Carnage and Venom. They're supposed to be the symbiote.
Yes.
They're supposed to be everything in the same
Venom.
continuity.
Fuck yes. He should have his own movie. And Venom needs to have his own movie, not Ant-Man.
Look at how Wolverine was introduced in the comics to begin with. Wolverine fought the Hulk.
Yep.
That was how the Wolverine came into being. And it's like, the way the movie studios are right now, you can't have Wolverine fighting the Hulk. And that's the thing that happened. And you can't have Deadpool fucking with the Avengers, which Deadpool is often wants to do. Deadpool fucks with everybody.
He's fucking
Well, you can't
psycho.
have Deadpool anyway because, well, no, you can now because Days of Future Past pretty much retconned Origins.
But
Days of Future Past pretty much retconned the bad movies,
and
which I appreciate.
they also wrecked it because the way that they put the way that they made Deadpool, like the way that they made him
in Origins
yeah. When Wolverine and Sabretooth fell from the big old wall.
Well, yeah, because Deadpool was only supposed to have like the agility and all this shit, blah blah blah, with the swords and the katana, and he got the healing factor. He got the healing factor from Wolverine. Mm-hmm. Deadpool did get the healing factor from Wolverine in the comics to try to cure the aggressive cancer he had.
Right.
And it left him deformed, and that's why he wore the mask. And that was true during the Weapon X program and during all of that shit. They did have Logan's DNA and infused it into Wade Wilson to try to cure his aggressive cancer. And it didn't work out right. That is one thing that is correct. But Deadpool didn't get all of these other mutants' powers. That wasn't why he was the Deadpool.
Yeah,
that's what pissed me off with Origins. It's like, he's the Deadpool. He has all of these mutant powers. It's like, go fuck yourself.
No. That's like saying...
You're taking one of the coolest comic book characters of all time and making him this?
Yeah. Like, that's saying, who is the strongest good Marvel character? That has the most power, that has the most different specialties. Not necessarily that he's absorbed from people, but he just has those.
You're gonna put into an arena... 3 characters that I can think of off the top of my head.
And I'm sure I know them.
Wolverine, the Hulk, and Thor. Those are probably the 3 characters.
There's no flying involved. I'm talking about power. Like not just power, but like powers.
Raw power.
Not raw power. Powers. Like,
well, I mean, who can withstand the most? Who can survive the longest? If you have a battle royale of all Marvel characters, you put all the Marvel characters into a big giant arena and have them duke it out, the last 3 standing are going to be Wolverine, Hulk, and Thor, and they're not going to know what the fuck to do with each other.
There was one that I was
thinking of. They will not know what to do with one another.
No, there was one that I was thinking of that... Not Sinestro. No. Not Sinestro.
Maybe Phoenix.
Phoenix, possibly, but it wasn't a woman. It was a man. Oh my gosh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Oh, dude, what was his name?
Not Sinestro.
It wasn't Captain Marvel.
Not Mr. Sinister.
it was. I believe it was
Apocalypse?
related. There we go. Apocalypse had. Well, no.
Apocalypse is OP as fuck, though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I'm not saying he goes against each person by themselves or people, the whole party, and just wrecks them.
That's what I'm
But
saying. If this is a group situation and people are
he's
thinking
a god.
strategically,
Yeah, he's a god. Like he
because
has.
you want to think strategically, and all of these characters know each other. If you're thinking strategically, that's why those three that I said stay till the end.
Raw power.
No, because those three know. Wolverine knows, I got to team up with Hulk and Thor.
Yeah.
And Thor knows, I got to team up with Hulk and Wolverine. And Banner knows, I got to team up with Thor and Wolverine.
Yeah.
The three of them know. It's like if we team up, we take out everybody. Then we figure out what the fuck to do to each other.
You know,
because those three are the ones that they can take the most damage. That's the thing. Those three characters. Holy shit! We're recording a half an hour. Yeah, let's wow. So this is gonna be just a fucking half-hour special thing that I'm gonna post. And I'll title it Kino and Mik Get Drunk and Talk About X-Men. Wow.
Talk about Marvel.
We started talking about how much we hated Iceman's level. I think we're almost ready to tackle that bitch again.
I think almost.
I think almost.
I think it's making Kino talk about Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel.
It's Marvel.
Well, it started with X-Men.
It started
with
X-Men.
Iceman, then it went to X-Men, and then Marvel
How the fuck did
overall.
it start with Iceman?
I don't know.
Mega
We're
Man?
gonna have to listen to this again and figure out how the fuck we got where we were in this
I
conversation.
think it'll be funny as hell. Though.
Yeah. If I end up posting this to YouTube as just a special thing for y'all to listen to, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know if you want more shit like this, because honestly, we can leave the sound recording and just talk about bullshit like this for hours on end.
I would love comments.
This could be a
from this.
series. Like, seriously?
I would love
because that was fun.
I would
that
love
was fun.
comments. I would love comments from this, good or bad. I would love to see what people say.
And even weigh
about
in on some of the shit we talked about. If you disagree with some of the things we said regarding X-Men and the Marvel universe or whatever, if you want other topics that you just say, hey, you guys should get drunk and talk about this, maybe we will. This was actually a lot of fun. I can't believe this has been recording for half an hour. Stay nerdy.
It was awesome.
Stay nerdy. We love you.
Stay nerdy,
Like,
guys.
comment, subscribe.
For sure.